Hi, this is Jim Cramer, founder of The Street, and I'm with Dan Dicker, our energy expert. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that Dan is here to talk about an ActionAlertsPlus.com name that I think has been unfairly rated. Now, I know typically I don't like to ever blame a short seller, but I'm pretty familiar with the company. And I got to tell you, Dan's even more. I'm talking about Linn Energy. Dan, this is a company that has been targeted.
Yeah,
when I say targeted,
what a butcher job. What a hit piece in Barrons.
Well, let's talk about it, because my friend Lee Cooperman is also saying the same thing. Lee Cooperman's been buying and buying and buying. Now, I know that they do some unconventional put, but actually I think it's actually pretty solid. But Barry Petroleum is a deal that the shorts know they have to break the stock in order to be able to get this Barry deal done. That is not going to be possible.
No, I think you're right. That's not possible. And Barry, I think, is a side issue. In fact, is it accretive? That may be questionable. It's definitely not decretive. I mean, it's a plus. Whether it's a major plus, I don't know. But in terms of the accounting of puts, I don't see anything at all wrong with using something like that, a futures position or a forwards position, as an asset accumulator. And that makes sense to me, because what you're doing is you're saying, well, I have something that financially speaks for something that is physical. To me, that is a fair accounting method, and I think that the methodology that they use to beat up on Linn is unfairly done.
I happen to have a forensic accountant, Matt Horween. He also writes for The Street. He's probably the most rigorous accountant I have ever seen, and he is saying that not only is this acceptable, but it's wise.
I think it makes a lot of sense. Again, you're using a financial instrument to account for something that is physical directly. I mean, they hedge 100%. That's what they do.
Now, some people think the yield's not safe. To me, again, I mean, at this price, I mean, they've knocked it down to 35, but the yield, the dividend, the distribution seems very safe.
As far as I can tell, it's safe. And even if there is a cut, it should be a minor one. They're delivering an enormous dividend here. The distribution is huge. So even a minor cut wouldn't make that big a deal. The question is it long-term sustainable? And to me, again, I thought there was a real hit piece here on Barrons. I thought they went too far saying that it was not sustainable. I can't tell you for sure whether it's sustainable 3, 4, 5 years from now. But then again, you know, we could talk about a million MLPs where we're not sure about that.
I had the CEO on Mad Money, and he just swears by the distribution. So I'm certainly going to swear by it, because he's been dead right, and it's been a good performer. But I just wanted to do the video because sometimes I see situations where I know that there's been negative stories planted. I recognize that because there's been 2 articles in Barrons. I know on Twitter at Jim Cramer I read the negatives, and I also know that in the end this is not a radical situation.
There's a side story that should be told here. The research department that gave Barrons this kind of information is trying to raise money for a fund of their own.
Is that true?
Yes, it is. So they're looking for a very important call, a very substantial call to be made true so that they can attract some funds at this point. That to me is really the sub-story that's going on here.
I didn't know that.
That's true.
Well, I mean, should we dignify who it is?
No, I don't think so. I think if people want to know, they can dig. It's not going to take them long to find out who it is.
Look, ActionAlertsPlus.com, we stand by this. It's an unbelievable opportunity. We've been buying the stock. Obviously, there's people who want it lower, but you know what? The marketplace is always going to be right. Dan Dicker, thank you so much. This is Jim Cramer. Stick with us.